So we're down here at the water giving this new Fast Powersports F1 its first water test. So got it finished up, headed down here. Boat ran amazing. Looks really good in the red flake, kind of like a Ferrari red. That's what the customer asked for, and it turned out amazing. So super deep flake on this one. We used a lot of clear, so obviously gives it a lot of protection, and looks amazing. So this boat's pretty much spec'd out like bone stock. It does have an RRP CBX full carbon handle pole, and this has no engine modifications at all. So standard impeller, no ECU tune, standard pump, basically complete stock setup taken out of a brand new 2024 SXR 1500. So nice and reliable, and you gain so much performance by just changing the hull that honestly, just riding it now, for the average guy, this is more than what they need. And you obviously have the user friendliness of a standard SXR. So no extra care needed for something like this. You deal with it like you would a standard 1500, normal oil changes and everything else. Ease of ownership is amazing. So one of the big updates to the F1 over the previous generation models is the much bigger engine bay. So if you can see here, ton of space, nice and easy to work on anything that you need. ECU mount right there, coil brackets right here. But if you look at the exhaust and everything, it's just so much room. If you need to get to your battery's right here. Everywhere around the intake. Just such a massive advantage. And then obviously fuel pump is nice and easy to access. So obviously with the Cowies not having the best fuel pumps, being able to access the fuel pump really easily. As you can see, ton of space around the fuel tank, and all of those things were thought about during the design of the new boat, and obviously we're just always looking to improve. So massive improvement for the mechanics out there, makes your life a lot easier. And even for the recreational guys that aren't racing, it's just easier to keep, to look after the boat, keep, maintenance, upgraded or up to date when it's not a mission to work on a ski. Because we all know working on jet skis isn't the most fun thing. You always have beat up hands and everything else. And we just wanted to make that life a lot easier, and you shouldn't have to deal with it. So really happy. Massive engine bay, just another advantage of a fast F1. Another little upgrade, obviously with the new design, we kept the lights integrated into the top deck, but now big advantages, those lights are actually in the top deck themselves and not into a big nose piece that used to be around the front of the ski. So all the skis that you see that have the big noses on them, you have to drill access hole somewhere on the top deck that you try and seal, that the nose piece goes over, but that always leaks. So, and it leaks more and more over time. So having this little upgrade where this is all part of the top deck is just another good feature. And also where the gas filler is, this is all integrated into the top deck itself. And then the splash guard now is just a small little piece, nice and lightweight, easy to deal with, and you can run the ski with and without the wings and the nose piece. So it actually works really well. It is not a have to have. So if this isn't something you like the look of, you can order it with or without the wings and the nose. And if you're going to do more free riding or stuff like that, especially in the surf, maybe a good option not to have all of this on it, just less stuff to be able to break over time in the waves. So just something else to keep in mind, and another good feature of the F1. So all the F1s also have foam-filled rear trays. So this whole section on the boat is all foam-filled. So you obviously have some flotation there, as well as obviously you have flotation from the tank foam. With the nose being so big on this boat, you also have the option, if you trim it slightly, you can run the top foam from the SXR fuel tank, which nobody really has been ever able to run before. You can actually have the choice to run the bottom tank foam or the top and the bottom to give you more flotation. So depending on where you're riding and who's around you, that'll be a good feature, especially if you're going to ride in the surf a lot. Another good feature, unfortunately can't show you because the boat is floating in the water, but there's a complete new exhaust flange system. The exhaust slides into it, sealed up, it's fiberglassed in, and prevents any water from going into the boat, especially over time. These 4-stroke engines and exhaust pipes do run hot, so if you just glue the pipe in, it does tend to melt glue over time because of the heat of these big engines. So we've obviously made come up with a good solution to solve that issue. And then all the pipes that go through the boat have all got a combination of new sealants. The cooling pipes themselves have all got ridges machined onto them at a machine shop before they're installed into the boat, so your hose clamps and everything else clamp nicely onto your cooling line, so you don't have to worry about cooling lines coming off over time. And yeah, there's just, as well as a full billet steering nut for your steering cable. So a lot of upgrades for the F1 from start to finish, as well as actual materials of the boat has changed. The process of actually molding it and making it has changed. And, the complete keel pump box area on the F1 is all Kevlar reinforced. So durability is going to be amazing. And, the strength and everything else is just another level. So besides the stability and the bigger engine compartment, the improved handling, the hull, it seems, even though it wasn't our goal, the hull seems to be faster top speed too, which is just an added bonus because it's not something that we really aim for. We already had good top speed, but the new hull with the same engine, we're seeing 2.5 miles an hour better top speed. But there again, just it all depends on how you set your boat up and how much nose pressure you run, like any other ski. So obviously it's one of the most common questions that always get asked with any build that we do. Oh, what's the top speed? But like I always say, it's the least important thing on a build. It's a nice to have if it just ends up having a really good top speed number, but it's not something we aim for. We're looking for hookup, drive, handling, stability in the rough water, all those things. So that's way more important than the top speed number on a GPS, which you'll never use on a racetrack. So but just benefit, we did gain some top speed, and we'll take it. But really happy with this one. And it's awesome the amount of space that you have inside the engine compartment, the stability of the boat, all of that stuff is such an advantage. So another new F1 getting ready to go to a new owner.